Good afternoon to all of you and welcome to the Oliveboard platform. So today we are going to discuss the chemistry previous year questions. As you know, we have started the biology and chemistry previous year question series. The biology previous year question series is on Tuesday at 1 p.m. and the chemistry previous year question is on Wednesday at 1 p.m. and we are also doing the NCERT science series which you can join as well. All right. So today being Wednesday, we are going to start with chemistry previous year question. All right. Radhe Radhe, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, so let us begin with our question series today. As soon as you give the first answer, we will proceed to the next question. All right. So let us begin with the first question. Question number 1. German silver, which is used for making utensils, is an alloy of. So German silver, though the name is German silver, does it actually have any amount of silver in it? It is an alloy of copper, silver, nickel. It is an alloy of copper, zinc, nickel. It is an alloy of copper, zinc, aluminium. There is no aluminium in it. There is no silver in it. So it is an alloy of what? Option number 2, that is copper, zinc and nickel. It is an alloy of copper, zinc and nickel. Correct, Prabhat? Option number B is the correct answer, that it is an alloy of copper, zinc and nickel. Let us see what is German silver. It is an alloy of copper, zinc and nickel, but there is no actual silver in German silver. It is used for what purpose? It is used for making silver-like jewelries, which looks like silver, but it is not actually silver. It can be used for decorative items, coins, etc. So all these things it can be used as. Also, the corrosion resistance is better in case of German silver. It can appear a bit darker than the normal silver jewelry. Okay, and since there is no silver, so the cost will also not come to the amount of silver. But yes, jewelry means the pricing is because of the designs. The purity of gold is expressed in carats. We know that in gold there are carats, right? The purest form of gold is which one? Very easy question. 24 carat, correct. The purest form of gold is 24 carat. And 22 carat is used for making the jewelry. Okay, it is used for making the jewelries. Next question. Petroleum consists of a mixture of petroleum. We study in carbon and its compound. We study that there is a chapter coal, petrol and the flames, right? So petrol is nothing but it consists of what? It consists of, correct, hydrocarbons. It consists of hydrocarbons, and even if you know that it is studied in the chapter carbon and its compounds, then you will know about it. Also, if we say petroleum jelly, okay, petroleum jelly, that is, if you will see in the bottle of Vaseline, in the back side, after writing Vaseline, the first line they have written is perfumed petroleum jelly. So it is nothing but perfumed petroleum jelly. Okay. Let us look at question number 3. The luster of metals is because of metals they have some properties like malleability. They have the property that they are ductile. Then they have a property that they are lustrous. Number 1, high density due to closed packing of atoms. Okay, closed packing of the atoms is there, but what else? Let us see. High polish. Yes, normally metals are highly polished and they are used like that. Okay. Reflection of light due to the presence of free electrons. But why the reflection of light is taking place or not? Yes, on this polished surface, when light falls, it will be reflected back, as a result of which, why it is reflected back? Always because there is the free electrons, and because of this they will have that lustrous color or that glow is present. Absorption of light due to the presence of cavities. There are no cavities. So which is the correct answer? Shift. Okay. I will try to take into consideration this suggestion that you have given to put a tag below the question for which previous year question. All right. Okay, let's see from the next session. Most probably we will put this in. Okay. So this is because of which is the correct answer? Option number 3, that is reflection of light due to the presence of free electrons. Okay. So 3 is the correct answer. Reflection of light due to the free electrons. Okay. Next question number 4. One of the following is used to dissolve noble metals. See, metals are not easily dissolved, but we have seen that if you want to burn diamonds, which is though carbon is not a metal, of course, but what I'm trying to say is that even if it is the hardest and one of the purest allotropes of carbon, but still even that can be burned because carbon, it's all its allotropic forms can be burnt. It is only about what we are using. In this case, we are using a high temperature with the purest form of oxygen. So though noble metals, they do not dissolve, they are non-reactive ideally, but is it possible to dissolve them? Yes. How? It is nitric acid is used, hydrochloric acid is used, sulfuric acid is used, or aqua regia is used. What is the correct answer? D. Correct, Prabhat? Aqua regia is used. Aqua regia, which is also known as royal water. Royal water. It is used to dissolve, even noble metals can be dissolved. It is nothing but nitric acid and hydrochloric acid in the ratio of 1:3. That is HNO3 is to HCl. Nitric acid and hydrochloric acid are used in which proportion? This has to be freshly mixed and it is used in the ratio of 1:3. That is 1 portion of nitric acid and 3 portion of hydrochloric acid is used. All right. Next question, question number 5. An emulsion is a colloid of a. So what is emulsion? In colloids, we study different ones, right? Liquid in gas, liquid in liquid, like that we studied, solid in liquid, like that. So in this, what is emulsion? Emulsion is a mixture of gas in liquid, liquid in a liquid, liquid in gas, or gas in solid. Which is the correct answer? Option number B, correct. B is the correct answer. Liquid in a liquid. So what happens in case of two? There can be, if it is miscible liquids, they will mix. But if it is immiscible, in that case, what will happen? It will be called as an emulsion. In case of two immiscible liquid, we will call it as an emulsion. Yes, oil and water is an example of the same. Immiscible liquids. Next, question number 6. Percentage of carbon in steel ranges from. Now, this is a little bit on the confusing end because it is mixed in various proportion. Okay. For steel to be hardened, because it is not hard otherwise. So for steel to be hardened, what is mixed for hardening? To make it hard, carbon is mixed. Okay. So carbon can be mixed in various proportion. If it is mixed, say somewhere less than 2%. Okay. Somewhere less than, that is your below 0.2 to 2.1%. If it is mixed to this extent, in that case, we call it as hardening of the steel. Okay. Okay, no problem. In that case, we call it as hardening of steel. So the best possible option which we see here is, say, option number 1. But here actually 2 is also correct. But why we are not selecting 2 is, if we are mixing more than 2%, okay, if more than 2% of carbon is mixed in the steel, in that case, it will go ahead and it will become what? Cast iron. Now, they are not asking about cast iron, right? Nowadays in the market there are different brands which are selling cast iron pots. It looks like iron completely. It is not looking like steel. So in that case we have to remember that if the mixture is less than 2%, so I have ticked that this is the most appropriate answer, because more than 2% it will become what? It will become the cast iron. All right. Question number 7. Which of the following is not present in German silver? We have seen that everything else is present, right? Copper, nickel, zinc. But what is not present? Yes, option number 3, that is silver is not present in German silver. All right. Question number 8. The most harmful gas emitted by automobile vehicles which cause air pollution is caused by the automobile, say whatever is coming out of the automobile, all the pollutants. There can be lead as well, which is very dangerous. They're asking about which gas is being emitted, and carbon dioxide is also being emitted, carbon monoxide is also being emitted, but which is the most harmful gas? The affinity towards oxygen is more, or CO2 is more, or CO is more for the hemoglobin in our blood. So the affinity towards the carbon monoxide is more. So for humans also and otherwise also, which is the most dangerous? Carbon monoxide. Yes, that is why we are taking on option number 1, carbon monoxide. So the most harmful gas emitted by the automobile vehicles, though these are also given out by the automobile exhaust, but most harmful among them is your carbon monoxide. Okay, so 1 is the correct answer. Question number 9. Which one of the following is a major greenhouse gas? Now we know that the greenhouse gases are methane, then you have water vapor, and what are the options? Carbon dioxide. Yes, carbon dioxide is also a greenhouse gas. Chlorofluorocarbons, that is different. That is with respect to the ozone layer depreciation. There is the hole in the ozone layer in the Arctic region also. So that is because of this one. And then carbon monoxide and freon, these are also in option. So which will be the best option? Yes, correct. So option number 1, which is carbon dioxide, we are selecting that the major greenhouse gas is carbon dioxide. But if I put an option number 5 here, or if I remove this and put say methane here, okay, then both carbon dioxide and methane are correct, but which is a higher, say, ratio? So we have more methane. So in that case, we would have selected methane. Now it is not there, so we are selecting carbon dioxide. Question number 10. Pasteurization is the process in which milk is heated to. So what happens in pasteurization? In pasteurization, milk is heated to 60 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes, 63 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes, 63 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, or 72 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. You will see now in cities, we will just put the gas on. Milk has come up, it has boiled, we will put the flame off. But previously, even now also, our mothers do not boil milk like this. They will put the gas in sim, wait for it to boil and come up, and then after it does not fall out of the vessel if you will put the gas in sim, right? So it is boiled for 30 minutes actually. Yeah, it is boiled for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Okay, it is boiled for 30 minutes at 63 degrees Celsius. It is boiled for 30 minutes. Though we cannot put it, take the temperature directly, or we do not do that. But in household also, we put it at 30, at a lower temperature. It should not be boiled to 100 degrees Celsius. Also, all the packed milks, pasteurized milks, the Tetra Paks, there is no need to boil this milk. Also, if we are using the pouches, which has already mentioned that it is pasteurized, boiled, cooled, and then it is being transported to our households. In that case also, no need to open the packet and boil it first and then use it for coffee, again boiling, tea, again boiling, not required. Just cut the packet and use it directly for tea, coffee, or whatever you are making. Okay, this double, triple, multiple heatings are not required. Question number 11. The freezer in a refrigerator is fitted near the top. You will see always the freezer, even if it is indoor, it is on the top side. And if you say about the double door fridge, then also it is on the top side. Yes, water dispenser can be there in the door. That is also there nowadays. So why it is put on the top? To keep it away from hot compressor, which is near to the bottom. All right. Because of convenience. If for convenience, so it should be at the lowermost part, because we very seldom use the ice box, right? It facilitates convection currents or to minimize the power consumption. So which will be the correct answer? It is going to C is the correct answer. It is because it facilitates convection currents. This is the reason why the freezer is always kept on the top. Okay, Aditya has also joined the session. Okay, so we are continuing these sessions on every Wednesday at 1 p.m. All right. Now coming to the question number 12. The chemical name of common salt is? Common salt, very simple. What we call common salt as? Common salt is known as NaCl. Yes, correct, Prabhat. So that is nothing but your sodium chloride. Sodium chloride. What is mixed with the common salt? Iodine. Iodine is mixed with the common salt, right? The white salt which we are using, not the brownish color rock salt. Okay, so iodine is mixed. This is known as fortification. What is it called? Fortification. Fortification means when we are adding some external, say, vitamins, minerals, proteins, fats, whatever is required in its raw form of the food or in the original version of the food, that is known as fortification. You may have heard about biofortification as well. Okay. Question number 13. Denatured spirit is ethanol mixed with. Ethanol is mixed with what to make it a denatured fluid? Okay. So it is mixed with petrol, it is mixed with kerosene, it is mixed with water, or it is mixed with pyridine. These are used in case of, say, camping stoves. Camping stoves. So it is used as a fuel. It is not for the drinking spirit. Okay, this is different spirit, or not the ones which are used for cuts, etc., or for injections, etc. Normally, what is mixed? If you have 10% methanol, then the answer here will be 10% methanol. And what will be the correct one out of it? Is used as a petrol or similar to a petrol. It is used as a fuel, but what is mixed? Pyridine is mixed. Okay, or it is also known as methyl spirits. So 10% methanol is mixed in case of denatured spirits. Sometimes some kind of smell is also added to it. Some flavors can also be added to this spirit. Okay. Question number 14. The most abundant inert gas in the atmosphere is? Which is the most abundant inert gas? So in the atmosphere, when we study nitrogen 78%, oxygen, then what else is there in the atmosphere? After this, we say, for example, there is CO2, then there is argon. We study in this sequence, right? So in this sequence, anyhow these are not inert gas, even if they are in option, and here in option they are given inert gas, helium, neon, argon. So which is the correct answer? Yes, 3, that is argon is the correct answer. Most abundant inert gas, because this is the sequence. If we know this sequence, then we know that there is argon. Okay. Which metal is extracted from sea water? Okay, from sea water we extract potassium, magnesium, aluminium or beryllium. Those people, I'll give you a hint, who live by the coastline, they will not have deficiency of iodine 1, and even if you are eating the seafood then in that case they will not have the magnesium deficiency in their body. So what will be the answer? Yes, magnesium is the correct answer. Which metal is extracted from sea water? Magnesium is extracted from sea water. Percentage of lead in lead pencils. We call them as lead pencils, right? Or we in pencil, that in the center there will be this one, no? There will be this actual pencil which is there. So what is the percentage of lead? Imagine if there is lead and a child is chewing the pencil, it will be toxic for the child. So is there any lead? There is no lead. Correct. It is 0 because there is no lead at all. The percentage of lead in lead pencils is 0. Okay. Then what is this made up of? Any guesses? Okay, so there is actually graphite in the lead pencil. There is no lead in the lead pencil. Just like in German silver, there was no silver. There is no lead. There is graphite. All right. Question number 17. Let us read the question. Water is not effective in extinguishing a fire caused by petrol. Why? Normally in fire, water will extinguish the fire, but in petrol it does not happen. Why? Because the flame is too hot for water to cool it down. Water and petrol react chemically. Water and petrol are miscible with each other. Water and petrol are immiscible with each other, and petrol, which forms the upper layer, continues to burn. So which will be the correct answer? If, say example, there is a fire because of petrol in one region, if it is inside a closed environment, say in a room or in a hall, and if somebody has used water on it, what will happen? Initially it was in this region. Now because of the water, it will go to the walls. The water will take away the petrol on top layer. It is immiscible, no? If we put oil or water in a, say, flask, then what will happen? The oil will float on water. It will go to the walls and it will cause a bigger fire. So in case of plastic paints also, there are risks that if there is fire, then it can be comparatively more. So water and petrol, yes. Water and petrol are, 4 is the correct answer, immiscible with each other, and petrol, which forms the upper layer, continues to burn. It can further spread the fire. Question number 18. Helium gas is used in gas balloons. Which gas is used in gas balloons? Helium gas is used. Helium is also, it is in the noble gas category. Yes. Instead of hydrogen gas. Why? Because it is lighter than hydrogen, more abundant than hydrogen, non-combustible, or more stable. What is the correct answer? A will be lighter than hydrogen. Yes, it will. If it is lighter, then it can go up. Okay, that plus point is there. And then more abundant than hydrogen. that is not there. Why it is used in balloon? What is the reason behind using it in balloon? The reason is that it is non-combustible. If hydrogen is used, then it will quickly react with the oxygen, and again there can be a fire-like situation. Recently, in some reel I was watching, the bride and the groom were holding the balloons and there it blasted off and there was fire. So what is to be used in the balloons? Helium gas is to be used in the balloons. All right, let us look at the next question. Very simple. The gas used in the artificial ripening of fruits is, which gas is used for artificial ripening of fruits? Is it acetylene? Is it a methane? Is it ethane? Or is it butane? What is the correct answer? Yes, it is acetylene. Acetylene is used in the artificial ripening of fruits. Can you give me one more name that can be used for this ripening? Any other name? What else can be used? What is generally used by the farmers? Okay, that is your nothing but the calcium carbide. Yes, carbide we have heard, no? We all have heard about carbide. Carbide is used to ripen this. Okay, carbide mangoes. And when you bring them home, what happens? After some time, looking at it only, you will understand that, okay, it was ripened by carbide. The entire fruit will not ripen in a similar way. Why? Because they are dipping it and picking it up, or touching on one side and picking it up. In that case, the entire fruit will not ripen in a similar way. There may be differences, or if it will not ripen, and then suddenly as soon as you bring it home, in one day only it will become spoiled. You have to instantly eat it. Not ripening and then suddenly it ripen and instantly you have to eat it. Why is it a concern? Why using of carbide is a concern? Because carbide can have some traces of arsenic and phosphorus, and we all know that arsenic is dangerous. So this arsenic is the health concern here. Okay, it can have arsenic and phosphorus. Okay, this arsenic is the problem. Oh, that's very nice if you have planted. Next is your question number 20. Ruby and sapphire are oxides of sapphire, then there can be blue sapphires as well. Okay, so ruby and sapphires are oxides of what? Copper, tin, iron, or aluminium. Ruby and sapphire are oxides of cannot be copper, cannot be tin, cannot be iron, so it is aluminium. Aluminium. Okay, then in this there can be various colors. There can be various colors, like for example blue color, then it will be your blue sapphire. All right. Next question. The gas which turns into liquid at the lowest temperature among the following is, which gas is turned into liquid at the lowest temperature? Hydrogen gas. Have you heard about liquid hydrogen? Yes, but we have heard about liquid oxygen also, and then liquid nitrogen also. These are also very common. But at lowest temperature, which one? At lowest temperature, the gas which turns into liquid at lowest temperature is hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen is turned into liquid at lowest temperature. So which is the correct answer? 1 is the correct answer. All right, hydrogen. Next question. Gunpowder consists of a mixture of, what is gunpowder? It is a mixture of sand and TNT, TNT and charcoal, nitrate, sulfur and charcoal, sulfur, sand and charcoal. See, TNT is the, we will say in that case that okay, this is the nitrate compound. But here when gunpowder is being used, that means what will it have? It will have the potassium nitrate then there will be charcoal, then there will be sulfur. Okay, so option number 3, that is potassium nitrate, sulfur and charcoal is the correct answer. Gunpowder is the mixture of potassium nitrate, sulfur and charcoal. Next, question number 23. In nuclear reactors, graphite is used as, what is graphite used as? In nuclear reactor, there will be the radioactive fuel will be there. Then some moderator has to be used. Then some coolant has to be used. Yes, so correct. It is a moderator. It is used as a moderator. What else can be used? Okay, this solid form of graphite is used. What else can be used? Simple common water, which is there, no? Normal water, that can be used. Then the hard water can be used. So water can be used as a moderator and graphite can be used as a moderator. Both can be used. Question number 24. Seawater can be purified by the process of, seawater can also be purified by which process? If you are doing evaporation, then you will get the salt. It is focusing on salt. So that is not the answer. Now you can think what else will be the answer. Is it by filtration? Not possible, because it is already mixed. Salt is already mixed there. It is by the fractional distillation. Is it because of the fractional distillation, or it is by distillation? So it is by a specific type of distillation. Seawater can be purified by the process of distillation. So now we have done the 24 questions, and one question I am leaving for you to give the answer in the comment box. And if you want me to increase the number of questions, and in that case the session will also be a little bit longer, then from the next week, every Wednesday, we will go ahead and practice 50 questions. All right. But for that, let me see how the response is. And in that case, the decision I will make on the basis of that. All right. Please answer this in the comment box, okay, of the session. That detergents clean surfaces on which principle? Is it by the viscosity principle? Because one will be the viscosity that it is creating, because of that. By the surface tension, by elasticity, or by floating. Okay, so I am giving you 50-50. Is it because of viscosity, or is it because of the surface tension? Please answer this question in the comment box. Okay, all these were developed during the time of World War. During the time of World War, the detergents were discovered, or it was in use actually. Okay, before that we were using animal fats and plant fats. Okay, so please mention the answer in the comment box. No, that's not the correct answer. So what is the correct answer? 50-50 I have given you. From there you can put the answer in the comment box. All right, I'll see you in the next session. And for biology also, you can join at 1 p.m. every Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday and Wednesday 1 p.m. All right, thank you everyone. Take care, and I will end this session here. Consider subscribing to the channel and sharing the classes. All right, bye-bye.